Hey, amazing teachers! Let's talk about something that happens to literally every single one of us in a CI classroom. You've got your story prepped, your slides are fire, your energy is caffeinated, you open your mouth, start speaking in the target language, and what do you get back? Blank stares. You know the look, eyes wide, mouth slightly open. It's like you've just announced the class will be taught entirely in dolphin clicks. One kid starts glancing around for a lifeguard, another has mentally left the room to file a missing persons report for their own brain. This, my friends, is what I call a CI emergency. But don't worry, we're not going to throw in the towel or switch back to worksheets. Oh no! Today I'm handing you your very own CI emergency kit, complete with three fastest, funniest, and most effective ways to rescue a lesson when your students look like they've accidentally enrolled in Advanced Martian. In this video, you'll learn how to gesture like your life depends on it, because it kind of does, rephrase like the friendliest robot at a language party, and check comprehension in ways that boost confidence without crushing souls. But here's the deal. Confusion will happen. That's not failure, it's feedback. And you, my friend, are fully equipped to handle it with style, laughter, and probably some interpretive dance. Let's jump into your CI rescue mission. Ready? Hit that metaphorical panic button, and let's do this. All right, teachers, let's set the scene. You've got your story slides. Your target phrases are ready to go. The class is quiet. You begin your epic CI adventure, and suddenly, crickets. No one moves. No one reacts. You could say, hay un dragón en la clase, and they'd still just blink at you like undercooked pancakes. Now this, my friend, is the exact moment when you must activate Plan G. And the G stands for gesture. And I'm not talking about some dainty wrist flick or a gentle head tilt. I mean full body, over the top, Broadway musical level gesturing. You need to channel the spirit of interpretive dance, mime, and maybe a little jazzercise all at once. And if you're teaching the word comer, to eat, you should be eating imaginary tacos like it's a competitive sport. Pretend you haven't seen food in weeks. Get dramatic. Make eye contact with the ceiling. Let them feel the hunger. Why? Because that ridiculous visual is going to stick in their brain way longer than any vocabulist ever will. And here's the trick. Choose one gesture per target phrase and commit to it. Like it's your signature move. If you switch it up, you confuse them. But if every time you say correr, to run, you sprint in place like you're running from grading, it becomes automatic. Students associate the gesture with the meaning, and boom, you're now teaching with your body. Welcome to the weirdest fitness program on the planet. Comprehensible input cardio. And here's the power move. Make them do it too. Call and response, but for gestures. You say it, you do it, they say it, they do it. Not only does this reinforce the meaning and keep them engaged, but it also turns your class into a semi-organized flash mob of language learning. And let's be honest, that's way more fun than fill in the blanks. Plus, students love the chance to move. Especially your kinesthetic learners, your energy balls, your wiggly wanderers who can't sit still to save their lives. They thrive on this. Suddenly, your class isn't just comprehensible, it's active. It's hilarious. And it feels like play instead of work. Also, bonus teacher win. If an admin walks in and sees 20 kids miming tener sueño, to be sleepy, while pretending to sleep on their desks, you're not losing control. You're building input with flair. So the next time your class looks at you like you just read them in IKEA instructions in Klingon, don't panic. Just take a deep breath. Mime like your life depends on it, and let your body say what your words can't. Because sometimes the best way to speak is to stop speaking and start acting like a complete goofball with a purpose. Okay, so let's say you've gestured your heart out. You've mimed, you've twirled, you've basically hosted an invisible cooking show to explain, to eat, and still nothing. One kid's staring at a spot on the wall like it holds the secrets of the universe. Another is slowly sliding out of their chair like they're trying to disappear from the moment entirely. You, meanwhile, are considering whether interpretive dance was ever your calling. It's fine. This is part of where you channel your inner robot. But not just any robot. You want to be that friendly customer service chatbot that actually helps you and doesn't just send you a link to the FAQ page. Let's break it down. First up, say it again. Just swap out the hard words for easier ones. Pretend you're talking to your dog or your grandma or a very intelligent potato. If you said, La señora compra una camiseta en la tienda, the woman buys a t-shirt in the store, and they look like you just recited ancient poetry, try, La señora tiene dinero. Ella va a la tienda. Ella quiere una camiseta. The woman has money. She goes to the store. She wants a t-shirt. Boom. Same idea, way more digestible. You've taken the scary sentence and chopped it into fun-sized candy bars. Delicious and comprehensible. Second, use synonyms they already know. Don't fight the vocab battle uphill with unfamiliar words. If comprar, to buy, isn't clicking, lean on tener dinero, to have money, and querer, to want. If they've heard ir, to go, 50 times, use it. Like ella quiere una pizza. Ella va a la pizzería. Ella tiene hambre. Ella compra una pizza. Sí. She wants a pizza. She goes to the pizzeria. She has hunger. She buys a pizza. Yes? Notice how we just smuggled comprar in there like a ninja vocabulary word? That's stealth CI, baby. And finally, shrink it down. Simplify it like you're talking to a confused raccoon, which, let's be honest, is how some middle schoolers look by sixth period. If your sentence is more than 6 words and students are already mentally on their phones, chop it. Shorter equals clearer. Longer equals nap time. Remember, your job is not to impress them with your poetic sentence structure. Your job is to be the language fairy who sprinkles understanding wherever there is confusion. Sometimes that means ditching your beautiful complex sentence and just going with taco, profe, come. And here's a pro tip. Repeat your rephrased version 2 or 3 times. Students need reps. Think of yourself like a gym trainer for their brains. Only instead of burpees, you're dishing out language gains through repetition. The goal here is not to water things down. It's to make sure they actually get it. Because once they do, then you can build back up. Then you can go bigger. But first, you rephrase like a friendly robot who actually cares that humans understand. So next time they look lost, don't say it louder. Don't repeat the exact same sentence while staring into their souls. Reprogram, rephrase, recharge the comprehension battery. Your CI mission depends on it. Okay, before we dive into our final emergency fix, let's take a quick pit stop. Because let's be honest, sometimes your students aren't confused. They're just on the floor doing cartwheels, juggling Chromebooks, and whisper screaming about Fortnite. So here's a little secret. Even the best CI strategy in the world doesn't work if your class has the energy of a raccoon rave and 0 routines. That's exactly why I created the Dynamic Discipline course. It's not your typical sit down, be quiet, here's a behavior chart nonsense. This is classroom management made for real language teachers. Teachers who want control without killing the vibe. Teachers who want student buy-in, not power struggles. And teachers who are tired of feeling like a substitute in their own classroom. You'll learn how to build routines that manage themselves, how to stop disruptions without breaking your CI flow, and how to actually enjoy teaching again, even with your wildest group of gremlins. So, If your class is more chaos comedy than CI comprehension, this is your next move. Check it out at mm.us/discipline. All right, now let's get back to saving your lessons from the great comprehension crisis of 2025 with the emergency effects comprehension checks that aren't soul crushing. Let's be honest, nothing stops a CI lesson in its tracks like the, wait, do they actually understand this? Panic. You just delivered a beautifully simplified sentence. You gestured like your joints were made of interpretive jelly. You rephrased so well you practically wrote the Duolingo script. And now, you're left staring at a room full of humans who are maybe following you, or maybe just blinking in Morse code for send help. It's time for a comprehension check, but not the kind that makes kids sweat through their hoodies. Because here's the truth. Comprehension checks should not feel like pop quizzes sent from the underworld. They should feel like playful little, are we on the same page moments. And they should never make a student regret showing up to class. Now let's break it down. First up, yes, no, and either or questions. These are your best friends. Think of them as the training wheels of checking for understanding. If you ask, La señora compra una camiseta, the woman buys a t-shirt, and half of the class nods while the other half stares at you like you just spoke Klingon, back it up. Try, La señora compra una camiseta, sí o no? The woman buys a t-shirt, yes or no? Or even better, compra una camiseta o un elefante? Does she buy a t-shirt or an elephant? This does two things. It's so easy it boosts confidence. It's funny enough to wake up your sleepy ones. Wait, did she say elephant? This is how you sneakily assess without destroying anyone's will to live. Second, make it physical. Instead of asking them to answer out loud and risk sounding wrong in front of their crush, the horror, let them move their way to comprehension. Try this. Stand up if you think this is true. Point to the picture that matches the sentence. Touch your nose if the character is hungry. It's low pressure, high engagement, and bonus, it wakes them up. Which is great if this is fourth period and they just came from PE where someone threw a shoe. Third, go full emoji with thumbs up, thumbs down. This one's pure magic. Just say a sentence and let them signal, yes, I got it, or no, help me, profe. I'm pretending to understand so you won't call on me. You can use it to check understanding in real time without stopping the flow of the lesson. It's like secret teacher telepathy. And when you see enough thumbs pointing in the wrong direction, boom, you know it's time to rephrase, repeat, or mime the heck out of it again. The real win here? These checks are quick, painless, and totally normalizing. You're training students that confusion is part of the process and it's not a crisis. And you're giving yourself instant feedback so you don't spend 30 minutes passionately storytelling about a dog who goes to the beach only to realize no one even knew what perro meant. So no more pop quizzes in disguise. No more what did I just say? Interrogations. Instead, simple, sneaky, student-friendly checks that make your classroom feel like a supportive sitcom instead of a stressful test kitchen. You're not testing them. You're guiding them. And now you've got the tools to do it without tears, tantrums, or terrifying silence. All right, CI superheroes, real talk. Teaching in the target language doesn't mean leaving your students behind in a cloud of confusion and crushed confidence. It means knowing when to pivot, when to act like a mime, and when to casually pretend you're a customer support bot with a PhD in the target language. And let's be honest, every time you don't break into English, you level up. You teach them to persevere. You build their confidence. You become the kind of teacher they'll remember forever. Mostly for that time you acted out to vomit. So convincingly, a kid actually dry heaved. Now, I want to hear from you. What's your go-to move when the whole class hits the I have no clue what you're saying wall? Do you gesture, rephrase, break into dance, or just dramatically faceplant into your desk? Drop it in the comments. I want to collect all the ridiculous brilliance. And if you're thinking, okay, Scott, I've rescued them from the confusion, but how do I actually know if they're getting it? Then your next stop is this: Master the Perfect Balance, Formative and Summative Assessments Made Simple. It's like a cheat code for making assessments feel like learning. Trust me, you'll love it. Now, you've got the power. You've got the plan. Now go forth and rescue those confused faces one ridiculous gesture at a time. Happy comprehensible input.